What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. Seal, how's it going over there?
It's going. Can't see what I look like. I had to hide it. I'm bright as shit if you're watching. Or actually, that's the only way because we don't have that shit on audio no more. So if you're here, you see I'm bright as fuck. I'm not full of bright ideas, and I'm definitely not bright and uplifted after the sports debauchery I've been fucking going through the last week. But yeah, everything else in life is great. If I wasn't a sports fan, I'd probably be having some of the best stretches of my life in the last couple weeks. But I am, so it's not. And yeah, the Red Wings are trying to fuck me too right now. So I got off work. This is my work uniform. I decided to keep it on because it's fitting as fuck. But throwing the Red Sox, they're probably going to be shit next year too. So
Right.
23-24 sports season is already over before it's pretty much fucking began. The Caps suck. We're probably about to fucking lose to a team that has nobody over the age of 18 on it. Um,
Except for
yeah,
dominating.
we're fucking, what is he, 22 and a
Yeah,
half?
he's not that old
But like,
either.
it's a devastating time. The Jaguars, Dion almost has more toes on his left foot than the Jaguars scored points. We scored three. He has three. We're tied with Dion's left toe or left foot for as many toes as points scored this past weekend. Um, Four turnovers. Yeah, it sucks. Sports suck for me right now, but everything
Yeah,
else
we'll
is
get
great.
into it. You guys
I'm
are
always
playing.
long-winded. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You guys are
I'm
playing a
real.
team that needed a win, and you guys didn't as much. But yeah, it was
They didn't
pretty
need that.
embarrassing.
They
But
didn't need that.
I thought I was gonna come into today. I'm wearing my Booker jersey because he's back. I was excited. We get the big three finally in Phoenix, and then during warm-ups, Bradley Beal feels some tightness and decides to sit his ass on the bench one more time. So
No.
we still don't have the big three, but we are up by 22 on Minnesota right now, which Minnesota beat down the Boston Celtics. They beat down the Golden State Warriors. They beat down the Nuggets. So hey, maybe we're looking good against them is a sign of things to come. But the beginning of the season, again, we'll talk about this stuff a little bit, but
And
it hasn't been as
Eubanks threw down a
enjoyable.
nasty poster over
Oh,
on
that was
Cat
so
earlier in the
cool,
game.
bro. Yeah, that was nice. It hasn't been as exciting as I've wanted it to be, but that's to be expected with new teams. But we'll get into a few of the headlines. There's not any like crazy deep storylines that we're going to talk about in the sense of like playoff pushes or things like that. So we're just going to kind of cover the big news, the fun news, the things we're tracking as we always do. But because I'm in a good mood, because I'm happy, I want to start off with our rec leagues. Seals is in his bye. When do you guys, or not bye, but off season, whatever. When do
Dude,
you guys start back up? Are you
yeah,
staying
you
in
want to
that league?
know?
Or?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
want to know when? Fucking May.
May.
Yeah. So the stupid uh the kids. It's all about the fucking children. These stupid fucking kids have it from November to May. Fuck ass
Dang. Can you
kids.
coach them or something?
But I don't want to
Coach
coach these
them
damn kids. They're
and
taking
then
up my core time.
play. Yeah, but if you coach, you just bring them to practice and you just shoot. Just get your shooting practice in.
Yeah,
Make them run. Make them run
yeah.
laps while you're shooting.
It sucks, dude. And I've been researching and looking my ass off trying to find rec. There's
Right.
nothing, like nothing. The North Palm, they had just started trying to do a subtle men's league, and it fucking had to be postponed until June of next year because they're redoing that gym. Then you go down to the West Palm area. You can do them, but it's literally like 180, $190 a person.
Dang.
You get up to seven people on teams. You can't have eight. It's only seven people on a team, and that's that California type. I'm not
The
ready for
high
that.
level shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. Oh, y'all played on semi-pro together, and y'all ended up living in the same area. So now let's have fun still. Type
Yeah.
shit. These are kids that are going to FAU and fucking Miami and coming up to West Palm, and they go to West Palm and Boynton, and but that's literally there's no YMCA 30 league,
Jeez.
30 up league.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. Like I look for everything. I even looked at YMCA.com, son. I'm just down.
Well,
Put me in
it's the
the
off season
walking
then.
basketball
It's the
league.
off season for you, so you just got to put in that work and come back stronger next season.
Yeah, we all know
Uh,
how that goes. That's why I fucking found this other league.
yeah.
So I can stay
Discipline, bro.
ready.
Get
I
that
can't be
discipline.
ready to stay ready if I ain't getting ready.
Get that discipline. But
That
no,
just
our league is still going because our league, I wish had an off season. They do not. Man, my knees wish they had an off season. But we just had our 5th game of the season. We lost again. We are 0-5. But we I was really excited. One, because I scored some points. I won't bury the lead. I finally hit double digits. I got 10 points, but
Hey-o.
we'll talk about that in a second. I just didn't want to make it sound like I was hiding it. But I was excited because we had to play a different type of ball. These guys were huge. So this was the team that, if you recall, a year and a half ago, Seal will remember, but the podcast listeners might not. But a year and a half ago, 2 years, whenever I actually started this league, the very first time that before I had even played a game, I signed up as a free agent, and a guy reached out to me, and I told him about myself, and he said, I don't have a spot for you. I want to try to win championships, and so there's no spot for you on my team. We were playing that guy's team, so I said, fuck this. I'm about to pop on this dude. So I'm excited that my career high came against that guy. But anyways,
Fuck 'em.
they had a guy that was like the Shaq of our rec league. He was as tall as our tallest player, and his shoulders were as big as our biggest player. So he put those two things together, and he was absolutely dominating us. But the silver lining to that is it made us play a different ball game because our big guys could do nothing. We were passing out, we were kicking out, we were driving kicks, we were hitting or shooting a lot of threes. We were hitting probably 25%, which is too low. But we're taking them. We were able to shift. We were able to communicate. We were able to make switches. If that would have happened 2 years ago, we would have lost by 80 points because we would have just kept bashing it in there and getting blocked and getting blocked and getting blocked. So it was cool to get that over. I scored 10 points. Our other white boy that shoots scored 7 points, where both of us typically combine to score like 3 to 5 points a game. So it was cool that we got to go out there and do our job, which is stand on 3 and wait for it. So it was cool to see the difference. We played great defense. The problem was we could not get a board over that dude. So he just kept shacking us. We were trying to find him early and push him out because he did miss free throws, which is nice. So as long as we didn't let him find his spot, he wasn't making shots on us. So we hung with him. We spotted him like 11 points at the very beginning of the game, and we ended up losing by 18. So from 11 to nothing to still lose by 18, I mean, we did our thing once we figured out how to play basketball again. But it was just fun, and it was cool to go out there and score points. And I've told Seal I've literally scored every single game this year, which is not typically my game. It was never my game back in the day. I used to shoot if I needed to, or if the team was trailing or whatever. But I was a passer, and now I said, you know what, fuck that. They only keep scoring as a stat. I'm gonna try to score more. Our team needs it anyway. I wouldn't do it if our team didn't need it, but our team needs it. So it's been cool to be able to score every game, and I'm hoping the last 3 games I do it too, and set that new standard for myself. I'm up to 4 points a game after that 10-point outburst. So I have a goal. My goal at the beginning of the season.
Better than me last year.
My goal at the beginning of the season was to be the 3rd highest scorer on the team. Our 3rd highest scorer on the team right now is averaging 4.7 points a game. So I just have to get a little bit higher. We have one guy averaging like 18 and one guy averaging like 15. And then the 3rd is like 4.7. So we need that 3rd scorer. I need it to be me. And so I'm going to keep pushing for that these last 3 games. But yeah, it was a fun game. And it feels good to hit shots. And me and Seal and any basketball fan out there knows that once you start hitting them, they start coming easier. They start coming easier. They start coming easier. So it was exciting that I was allowed to shoot so much because they were the big dudes. They were playing 2-3 zone. So we got a taste of our own medicine to just be able to shoot threes all day long. So it felt really good. And I'm excited. My knees are not excited, but I think every game gets easier and easier towards the end of the season for us, at least record-wise, of our opponent. So hopefully we'll get at least one. We don't want to go winless again. We only did that the first season. We've never been winless since, so we don't want that.
Bro, isn't it shitty when you walk into the gym and you just see a guy that's way bigger than your biggest guy? Because like there's nothing that you're going to like in the NBA. Spider Donovan Mitchell is 6. I might be a hair taller than this motherfucker, and he can jump 3 of me. Like, you don't have that in rec league because most of them are professional athletes doing something with their
Right.
fucking lives that can jump like that. So when you see your big man that you rely on boards, just the guy that he's going up against is gonna fuck him. It's a waste. It's not a wasted day, but you're gonna have to win by 15 to win by 1 in those games.
Yeah.
And that's fucking tough, bro. I good news. I'm not starting until May. I have 6 months to find me a fucking giant. But yeah, dude, that's the worst feeling when you walk into the gym and you see a motherfucker on the other team is bigger than your biggest guy,
Yeah.
and you're fucked.
Our biggest guy, so our tallest guy is probably like 6'4", maybe 6'5", but he's more of a skinny build. And then our big guy who actually plays center is probably like 6'2", but he's like 250 or something. So he kind of plays our center role. The tallest guy actually plays power forward. But this guy was a combination. He was probably like 6'6" and 250s or 260 maybe. And so he was able to just do whatever he wanted against. He was taller than our big guy and bigger than our tall guy. So he made it work. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That shit sucks, man. But I'm excited for you personally. I know, like, I was like, yeah, you probably hate the loss, but I don't give a fuck. I wish I could have been there, dude. I'm excited for you. That's awesome. And like the stress on your body, I feel like is what has kept you from being able to like put up the buckets because the conditioning is the biggest part. And then after that, you got to have strength in your fucking legs. You got to have strength in your shoulders and your
Right.
arms to be able to put up the shots. So for it to be coming to fruition for you is really fucking exciting. And I can't wait to see it continue and become your new norm to go out there and put up the shots and if your teammates find the confidence in you, it'll become a really cool thing for you, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's cool to finally see the work, happen. We've talked on this podcast a lot about the work I'm putting in because 10 years set me back way more than I ever thought it could. And so
Bro,
when you go and you shoot up, that sounds bad. When you get
pause.
up, when you get up like I would say 5 to 600 a week. Nothing too crazy. I know pros shoot over 1,000 a day. That's not me. I don't have time for that. But I'll
Yeah,
shoot like
fuck
5 or
that.
600 a week or so, and then you go to the game and you make 2 points, and you're like, motherfucker! Like,
Yeah.
what am I shooting for? Like, what is this? So to see that it's finally starting to hit, I shot still not at a great clip. I think I was 2 for 8 on the 3. So still not good enough, but my first season, I think I was 0 for 8 the entire season. So to be able to have a game where I have the confidence of my teammates, like you said, and able to get those shots off, and the team respected me, the other team respected me, and was starting to close out. And that's where the next level of my game will go. Obviously, I have to get to that first level where I am a threat. But a couple of times I rushed a shot when I should have just pump fake and drove. But like that's the stuff because in 3 years I haven't been respected as a shooter. I haven't had to rush a shot because somebody's closing out on me. So I got rushed like 2 times in a row, and I was like, motherfucker. So I subbed out and just like reset my mind. I was like, no, if they're gonna close out like that, pump and go in, and that's why I was able to go in and get a couple of twos and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was cool to really see my game start to feel like a fucking basketball game again instead of just some bullshit playground game. So, it was really
Yeah.
fun.
That's dope, man. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to get back at it.
You got to get back at it on the practice court, dog. Like for real, I get out there a lot and I put in a lot of work, and it fucking sucks. I work out every day. My upper body is now actually like strong enough to do stuff. I stretch and do all my PT shit so that my knees are okay. And I've been out there sprinting. That's the next level. I have this basketball mile thing where you run 20 seconds to half court and back. And then you have to run again. So if it takes you 7 seconds to get to half court and back, you have 13 seconds rest. Once you get tired and it takes you 15 seconds to get half court and back, you only have 5 seconds to rest. So you do that 14 times before you get to rest. And then you do the 14 times 4 times. Well, I went out there on Thursday and I was like, I'm going to do it. I was only able to do 7 at one time. So that's where I'm starting at. I did 2 sets of 7 instead of 4 sets of 14, but at least it's something. I'm going to try to get that up to the 4 sets of 14, and then I should be able to go a full 40 minutes, and that would be dope.
That'll be dope. That's bro.
Yo, those look dope.
I can
Little
see it.
bacon wrapped scallops. What is that? Bacon wrapped
Yeah,
what?
bacon
Scallops?
rack scallops. Yeah,
Nice.
little food, because when you're recording a podcast and you have to talk, there's nothing better than to eat some food. But I'm fucking hungry, so I'm gonna try to find time to dive into these things. But yeah, dude, that's the weird part. Like, of course, we all know Steph's a freak when it comes to shooting and stuff, and everybody knows he runs around like crazy. But the more that comes out on like the social media and all these cats having their podcasts and stuff, but more and more we start seeing how freak that is, and these
Yeah.
professional athletes who train to play a 48-minute game as he does, and then but to guard him is like compared to running in quicksand for fucking 5 days, and it's crazy, dude. So, and like I was telling you, I try to get breaks on fucking defense because everything going on offense, and it's so much, bro. Like people don't think about, and it's crazy. Like to see guys in rec leagues that look just like me, but they've been doing it forever and never lost that conditioning, and you just got to
Yeah.
get your body there, and it's
Yeah.
it's all mental. Like with us watching that kid fucking throwing up, that G League shit, like
Yeah.
it's all mental. You got to get past that. Your mental saying you're tired. Fuck that. Keep going type shit. And bro, it's work. It's hard. It's
Yeah, your body
definitely
can
hard.
definitely do things that your brain doesn't think, and you have to just train your brain to get there. So, all right, so that's
I'll
enough
take
about me, enough about us. That's been a solid 10 minutes plus, 15 minutes plus. Before we
it.
get to the actual, well, it is actual sports, but I wanted to do a gimmick because it's been a while since we've done a gimmick. We get on here and we shoot the shit, and that's fun. But I want to show that maybe we know something, so I want to do a little bit of a gimmick. It's an easy one, so we better know the answers, but um, it's basically a basketball Hall of Fame uh, stuff for the active players in the NBA. So I just kind of want to go through and talk about some guys that are active and if they're going to be in the Hall of Fame or if they're not. So I use the Pro Basketball Reference just to find some people with some good Hall of Fame probability, and I just want to talk to you about them for a second.
Okay.
This first group we don't have to talk about. Yell out to me if you think there's one that will not be in the Hall of Fame, but you shouldn't yell out or you're wrong because these are the locks. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Steph Curry,
Whoa.
James
No, I'm
Harden,
kidding.
Russell Westbrook. Yes, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Dame Lillard, and Giannis. Those are the locks.
Is
If they
so
retire,
I agree, Russ lock.
yeah.
What makes James Harden a lock
Well, he was
at
a stat leader for what is that, like 6, 7 years in a row. Um, He's led the league in points. He's led the league in assists. He's led teams to the #1 record. His All NBA, he's won multiple times. I think he's got an MVP, right? Yeah, he got the MVP finally after finishing second a couple times. Just all around greatness. Honestly, like
so if you win
the off
MVP, you're going into the Hall of Fame.
no, but the off the court shit
I'm so
doesn't.
sick of basketball Hall of
The
Fame.
off the court shit does not keep you from Hall of Fame. He was a bullshitty person, right? And he led the league
Is
in assists last year. So see, like they look at the court and he led the league in assists last year. They don't look at the 0 for 50 from game 7 and from 3 to make them not make it to the NBA finals. That's not what they look at. They look at what they do when they're on the court, and there's no denying that he's one of the greatest uh, point guards, off guards, scoring guards, guy with ball in his hand of all time. You just can't knock that.
I don't know, man. I have so much disrespect for that guy as a person and a basketball player. It's hard for
I
me to
guess he
consider
has the
him
Dwight Howard argument, right? Because
a lock.
you're gonna hate him, but Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. We'll see. He's, I think, officially retired. I don't know if playing overseas counts or not. Um, so we'll start to see when the ballot comes out if Dwight Howard can make it or not. But it's gonna be that same kind of argument. People hate the fucking guy,
Well, and
but
Dwight got a chip.
so, well, no, Harden hasn't got one yet,
No,
but Chris Paul doesn't either, and he's a lock. So why is
but
Chris Paul a lock and James Harden's not, in your eyes?
because Chris Paul's that guy. He's the point guard. He's done so much over so long, and nobody's going to say anything about the cat. Only thing they can say about him, I'm so rude for that. I'm sorry. The only thing they're really going to say about Chris Paul is that, like, we all thought there would maybe be an inch more right? For so long, we were waiting on that next step, waiting on it to like kind of like, yo, this dude's a fucking guy, but he's not that perennial superstar. But he's the fucking guy, so we're waiting on him to take that next step, and it never really happened. But the consistency for so long has been there. You don't have really a lot of questions. You question the teams that he's been on for Chris Paul. James Harden, the questions on the team is him. He's the questions on the team. He's the reasons. And Chris Paul's been that consistency. He's been that water. And he's done
James
nothing
Harden is also the reason that a lot of teams made the playoffs. That a lot of teams were at the top of their conference. He's the reason for that. He's also the reason that they blew it in the playoffs. But hopefully Clayton Kershaw doesn't get that same argument.
Did the Clippers? Oh no, the Nuggets came back to win last night, right?
Yeah, the Nuggets won.
That was the best game that I had seen out of James Harden on that Clippers team, and they got a clip in the huddle talking about he's just trying to get the basics back, trying to get his legs back before he goes into his bag and becomes swaggy. He's got to be able to stick the landing first, and so I can respect that. But at the same time,
there's a couple of other Clippers coming on this list, but I do want to ask you about that because we can take a break to talk about the Clippers for a second. Paul George is the best player on their team now, right? Like, I love Kawhi, but Paul George is the guy. Paul George is the guy that they have to go through. He's the guy they have to play. I watched that game too. And listen, Paul George is right now. Maybe Kawhi will get there when he feels good. I don't know. But right now, Paul George is the best player on that team. Yeah. If I were Ty Lue, I'd be playing it through Paul George the whole time.
I agree. You saw that a little bit last night when they needed to get a bucket. They went right to Paul. Right when it got past half court, they went right to him instead of the play through him. Yeah, but I feel like that needs to happen a lot more. They just need to have James Harden be the guy. Let's just say his name is fucking Bones Highland, but it's actually James Harden. But you're playing like Bones Highland. We just need you to be the guy that's going to make 80% of the threes we give you because you're going to be wide ass open because you're the fucking Bones Highland. But you're James Harden, so you can make every fucking wide open three.
But he hasn't shot a catch and shoot. He like fakes himself out nowadays and just starts dribbling it. He just has to dribble. He has to do something off the dribble. He can't just catch and shoot right now.
When he's wide open and goes between the legs, step back for no fucking reason.
So, last question on the Clippers, because I really don't care too much about the Clippers. But can those four guys start together, or does one have to move to the bench? And if so, who is it? Which guy has to go to the bench?
If anybody went to the bench, I would want it to be James Harden. Russ deserves every bit of that starting role. Absolutely every bit of it. But no, you mentioned earlier, Tice, that the addition of Tice can keep those four on the bench because pretty much with Zubac on the floor with them five, he's only lasting half the time those starters are in rotation. Right. And that's when they start piping them out. They don't really have to yet, but they do because they got to get more than just Zubac out. They got to go down to that smaller lineup. Well, now they're not going to have to. So they're going to flip Zubac out, bring in Tice, and keep that kind of big guy lineup in and keep them for another couple minutes and then kind of siphon them out. But if they're not going to go that route, they can't right now. So if Zubac is going to come out, then bring him out. Then you can bring James Harden in, have Bones out there starting or whoever you want to keep out there in James' spot. But bring him in and Daniel Tyson with that second lineup. And that's two great veterans that are going to lead that second lineup and obliterate everybody else. Daniel Tice, James Harden, two-man working on the second lineup. I'll take that every fucking day. Koa.
Well, I had the same answer. I guess Koa did too because he came in. But yeah, if one was going to move to the bench, it would be James Harden for me as well. But we know because of his off the field shit that's probably not what he's going to do. But no, those were the locks. We weren't even supposed to have discussions about those guys.
Sorry, bud. I hate James Harden.
Think James Harden.
More than I hate LeBron.
If James Harden retired 3 years ago, he probably has a better chance at the Hall of Fame than if he retires right now. But no, he'll be in. It's a thing. All right, so the next group is near locks. So these might have some discussions, especially the last one. But remember, this is if they retired right now. So Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, and Kyle Lowry. What do you think about that list?
Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. and Kyle
Like
Lowry,
the Joker
the Joker. If he retired
already.
right now, yeah, I think he would be.
Chip last year had only because he had the chip last
2
year.
MVPs and a chip, right? So that's pretty good. It would probably be a discussion, but we know he's
But that
not retiring.
he'd
He's
have
like
to
24 years old.
he'd have to like rupture his knee or like
Oh
die.
yeah, true.
Like
If he was just like, I'm good, I'm
He
out.
couldn't just back away from
Yeah.
basketball. He's not
True.
getting in. They'll be like, remember that one time the dude who was bored as fuck destroyed the game? Like that guy was awesome, but you're not going to go to the Hall of Fame and say, "Oh yeah, remember that bored fuck?"
He left at
Not
like
gonna
24 years old. Yeah, he was just bored of it.
not gonna happen. Kyrie, yes. Unfortunately, Kyle Lowry, I love you to death. No,
No, why not?
no.
He was a linchpin for that Toronto team for a long ass time, and then finally got a ring.
He finally did. Like he finally did. But I feel like Chris Paul kind of fucked him. Chris Paul got the light his whole career. Like he's gonna be one of those guys. I feel like Kemba. He's like Kemba, but he didn't get injured. I guess you could say like he just. I guess he did it for a longer time. He stayed more consistent, but no, I just don't think Kyle Lowry has done enough statistically to be able to like. He's a great point guard if you don't have a great point guard on your team to have. But
the Spurs would love him right now.
I just don't. Yeah, they probably would over fucking. They've been. What was that kid's name? Sochan. He almost got his ass beat by Chet last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been having him run that shit a little bit. That hasn't been bad to see. It's been fun with Vassell. We're not even talking about them right now. What am I doing? Yeah, Paul George retire right now. I'd probably have to say no on him as well. So yeah,
just the chips. Like you really value those chips, right? That's why Kyrie would get in. Because if you're not putting Paul George in and you are putting Kyrie in,
well, but with Kyrie, literally changed the fucking game pretty much in handles wise. Like he makes Steph want to be better. He's one of the best ball handlers ever of all time, if not the best.
Yeah, and then he started going full James Harden. Actually, he never. I mean, I guess he did request to leave, but he never sabotaged it. I don't think on purpose.
We could have won 5 more fucking championships if he wasn't a fucking asshat. I won a chip and now I want to have my team. Why can't you just win more chips, cocksucker?
I think he saw that LeBron was leaving. All right, so Kyle Lowry was my question mark as well, but I haven't looked at his stats. I haven't done anything. I was surprised that his percentage was so high. Basketball Reference has him at an 85% chance to make it into the Hall of Fame if he quit right now.
Is he over Paul?
No. No, after Jokic, it dropped off quite a bit. And so I could have added Lowry to the next section, but I went ahead and added him to the higher than 85% chance.
That's wild.
So the next group is only 2 dudes, and these 2 dudes are the real question marks. This is when the question marks start to come in, and what do you value? And it's Kawhi Leonard and Draymond Green. What do you think about those 2 guys?
Draymond can go fuck himself with those 4 championship rings. Kawhi absolutely gets in. One of the best defenders of this generation. One of the clutchest defenders of this generation offensively. I love Kawhi. He's done a lot for 3 different organizations now. Might not only got one of them. No, he won a chip with the Spurs too.
Yeah, like his rookie year. He wasn't really involved.
Yeah, he wasn't, but he's a guy who's won chips with multiple teams and has set up organizations very well. So yeah, Kawhi gets in. Draymond, no. There's no reason.
No, because you hate him, or
there's no reason a guy who averages 8 points and 4 boards a game over their career. I don't know what his boards actually are, but it can't be more than it can't be more than 6.3. But no, the he's a hype artist. He's crazy as fuck. Gobert said it best. He sucks Curry's dick, and if Curry's not around, he doesn't want to be either.
He's out. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't put Draymond in either, but I think the voters are going to because of his vocal leadership, because of what he brings to the team.
I hate Draymond so much, bro. As a person, that'd be one of the few people that are bigger than me that I would actually tell them how I feel about them in real life.
Yeah, I think I would too. But yeah, as an aside, he did get suspended 5 games. If you didn't watch the
It's
video
not
last
enough.
night,
That's
he
not
came with
enough in my opinion.
a flying choke on Rudy Gobert, who was trying to break up the fight for one thing. He didn't even get the right guy. He came in and choked the wrong dude. So that was pretty hilarious. But I thought it was funny. And then I was like, this kid's a clown and he should be gone.
He went
Uh,
in on him though. He was like rearing at his neck, bro.
yeah, and like
It
pulling
was
away.
malicious. Yeah, it was malicious
Yeah,
as fuck. If
yeah.
if if you do that to any non-athletic 7-footer, you could probably kill him. You could snap his neck. You could fuck him up. But Gobert is
Well,
able to keep his legs up and because he's weird.
we understand that sports are different. We do. We get that. But if you were to run up on one of your coworkers that there's a fight going on and you run up and grab them and start choking them like that, pulling them away, what would happen to you, man? Like, would you get
I'm
suspended
fired.
for 5 days? Hell no, you wouldn't get suspended for 5 days. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy, but it is what it is.
It's
I think he
annoying,
gets in.
bro. Anybody else is suspended for at least 15 games, correct?
Uh, maybe.
Or would
Yeah.
they try to say marginal contact?
You love the marginal contact this year. That's your biggest storyline of the season so far.
Yeah, I want to get a shirt made that I can wear to the fucking game in March.
Oh, nice. All right,
Yeah.
so let's keep moving. The next group is 3 dudes, one that you love. Actually, you kind of like all these dudes, I think. Well, maybe not one. But these guys should be in, but might need a little bit of work. Kevin Love, Jimmy Butler, and Klay Thompson. What do you think about those guys?
Clay's in.
Yeah.
Kevin's in. Depends on the hairdo on Jimmy. No, I'm kidding. Jimmy's got
Well,
work to do.
hmm.
I would say Clay would need luck to do if his 3-point percentage wasn't so goddamn good over his career. Postseason, regular
Honestly,
season, and his highlights. Like he owns what the most 3-pointers in a game, the most 3-pointers in a quarter, the most points in a quarter, the most points in a half. Like Clay has lots of single game records, points in school, like single court, like that's undeniable, right? Like, and he has 4 fucking annoying ass chips.
yep.
So Kevin
Honestly,
Love,
Clay just needs to go wherever Steph goes and retire as soon as Steph's done. Never leave Steph's side because if he has to go, same with Draymond, honestly, if they have to go try to lead a team themselves, the world's going to see that they're really not Hall of Fame level players. Um, Not that Steph is making Clay better, but that system is working for him and he's able to show that he can do it. Like if he was on Houston right now, he would not be doing near as well.
I
So
agree.
just stay with Steph. Kevin Love, would you say? Kevin Love's in, right? I think he's in.
Yeah, he's the one and only 300-pound power point forward you've ever seen in your life in Minnesota, and
Man,
he
people forget
completely
Minnesota Kevin Love, bro.
first 2 years in the UCLA, Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook would blow people away.
That was the year. I remember when I had NCAA, the game. It was the one with probably Carmelo on the cover. No, maybe after that. Well, no, Kevin Love was on the cover.
Kevin, yeah,
Um,
I think
and
04.
I'd be playing with the Gators, and you always would have to face UCLA in like the championship or wherever you ended up getting to them. But you always had to face them, and it was always Kevin Love and Russell
Number
Westbrook.
42, baby.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
love
Kevin Love
Kevin
was on the
Love,
cover of
dude.
that. That's
Yeah,
right.
I loved him, bro. If we could have got Minnesota, Kevin Love, in Cleveland, we'd still be winning championships without LeBron, bro. But God, he slimmed down. He had to because of his legs and his knees and shit.
Yeah.
And but man, great dude, just a great guy. The only thing you know about Jimmy is he oversells coffee and is almost there in basketball in every way, right?
Hmm.
He's almost on a good team. That team's almost going to make it. He's almost going to be first team All Pro. He's almost going to be in consideration for an MVP if he would just score a couple more buckets a game. If he would just get a couple more, he's almost there, and he's almost there with the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
That's one
that's
of those
rough.
guys that's going to need a chip,
Okay.
right? Like
So
in
if he
everything,
gets one chip,
he's
it
not a
just
stat patter,
puts
right?
him up there, right?
He's a
Yeah.
game changer.
Right.
And that's what people are going to say about fuckface Draymond. He's not a stat pattern. He's a game changer. No, the fuck he's neither. But Jimmy changes games, right? He changes flows. He's a game changer, a game wrecker. He doesn't have to put up 50. When he gets 25 and 8 and 6, that team's going to win because he also has 4 blocks and 3 steals probably. Like
And it's the most impactful 25 points. Every single one of them counted.
Yeah.
Every single one of them were needed.
Yeah, but he's
sure.
just not there yet, I don't think. And I truly feel like these guys that play for all these teams is going to dilute their careers in some of these voters' eyes. Like you're going to think about Miami, Jimmy. You're not going to think about Minnesota, Jimmy. You're damn sure not going to think about Chicago, Jimmy. That was probably the better of the 3.
Yeah.
So it sucks for him.
What about
even
Philly
Kyle
Jimmy?
Lowry?
You left Philly Jimmy out of there.
Oh, I did leave Philly Jimmy. What actually was probably the best of the 4. Now that I think about it, damn, I didn't think about it. That was a very short stint, though.
Yeah,
Philly Jimmy was, but yeah, I damn, I did forget about that. But see, that's voters will too. Damn it, you think that's their full-time thing is to just cover Jimmy? Yes, it is actually.
It is.
But,
Yeah, they get paid for that.
But yeah, I just think that's going to have some voters fatigue. I feel like is going to be with that, and Kevin Love has done good, and he's putting up starting minutes in Miami. Like he's still a guy that can do it. While Kyle Lowry isn't. So
right.
Yeah.
All right, and then one that is quote unquote active, but he's not actually active, and the last person over 50% that is active, Blake Griffin.
No.
What do you think about Blake Griffin? Just
No.
a hard no.
Hard no. No way.
He was like the best player in the league for like 3 years, right? People forget that too. When he was a rookie,
I didn't.
In the second year, third year, before he started getting hurt.
Yeah, he had DeAndre Jordan as a fucking 68 on fucking 2K because nobody knew who he was because they didn't need to. It took DeAndre Jordan's 5th season in the league, which was also Blake Griffin's 5th season in the league, to get recognition.
It took Blake Griffin injuries to get anything going, and that's I kind of wanted to leave him on there because really he's not active. He could be. He's a free agent. Somebody could sign him, but I have him on there just because I want to remember injuries will fuck you. Derrick Rose was on the list too. Injuries will fuck you. Like the Hall of Fame is a real deal.
Derrick Rose isn't getting in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, just because you're a Hall of Fame player does not mean you get in. And
Derrick Rose had the best fucking season ever.
Blake really Blake really changed his game though. I'm excited to what Blake did. It's not Hall of Fame level, but what he did as an old man out there on Brooklyn and in those places, I like it. I like how he changed his game. I like how he kept cashing them checks, but he's not.
And when you say the best player in the league for 3 years, that just made me think. Fuck LeBron playing in the night. Fuck Michael playing now. Blake Griffin in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s would be a 8-time MVP, a 20-time champion, and a fucking Hall of Famer before he retires.
Yeah.
Like the dude, what he was at, he was the best NBA player and he couldn't shoot a fucking shot over 15 feet. It's insane what the cat was able to do back in the day.
He could dribble, he could pass, he could play defense, he could do everything but shoot.
The best defender on the team.
Yeah.
Bro, that had, oh my God. Ballers, Matt Barnes, fucking DeAndre Ayton, like a lot of defensive studs, and Blake Griffin was the guy on defense. Fucking Jamal Crawford, that I don't know how that JJ Redick, how did they not win a fucking chip, bro?
I don't know, man.
That shit's wild to me. That was wild to me.
Chris Paul injuries, basically. Blake Griffin injuries. Chris Paul injuries.
But
Doc Rivers as a coach.
Blake Griffin was this, and I don't think two people realize how impactful that was back in the day of the 3-ball becoming so proficient and elected to go to, and the Clippers just Lob City, bitch.
Yep, they're like fuck your threes. All right, and then the active guys that aren't there yet, they have work left to do, but some young guys, mostly young, that I wanted to bring up. What?
Victor Wembanyama?
He is not in the top 250 in percentage, actually.
I bet he already has a 10% chance to make it.
No, he doesn't. Devin Booker doesn't. Devin Booker doesn't even have a 10% chance right now, which is sad.
I agree.
That's fair. So anyways, the guys, it's not Devin Booker that I wanted to bring up, but Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, like I said, mostly young, and Karl Anthony Towns. Um, Obviously, none of these are in if they retired today, but who do you see now we're actually projecting for these last groups? Who do you
Wow.
project out there potentially making it?
Ow, man. That sucks that he's couldn't make it. Like to think of the career he had. Like
Yeah.
and I'm a homer, so and I feel like I've detailed his career just because he was a Gator. But what he was able to do with the Hawks, bro,
Yeah.
headache for years on LeBron, was all out. It was his fucking team.
Yep.
Like, oh well, the Storm was cold. Yeah, a fucking shooting white boy. Like that was Al Horford's fucking team for many fucking years. Him and Nate were killing everybody.
Yeah.
For a very long time. He gets traded to Boston and revamped his whole MO and has killed it. Like just been insane. They can't keep him off the starting lineup as a 55-year-old cat. Like
Right.
that speaks of volumes. They tried, and now he was right back there tonight in a win over Joel Embiid. Yeah, I don't see any scenario that he doesn't make it. That's insane.
He's not gonna make it.
That's crazy to me. That's really crazy to me.
Then and you say no to James Harden, but you're gonna put Al Horford in there?
Yeah, you're right. That's the homer in me. But it's crazy, dude. Al Horford. I mean, I don't know. I guess he ain't got no chips, but fuck. Damn.
Maybe they'll win like back to back to back, and then he'll retire.
Oh,
with
he
the
does
ring.
have a chip. Did Boston win?
No, they made it to the finals and
Oh yeah,
lost to the
that's right.
Warriors.
That's right. God damn it. Last year sucked. But yeah, man. Joel, no. No.
But he will.
MVP.
Joel
If
will,
he gets the
right?
MVP this year and retired after this year, yeah.
Yeah, if he
Yeah,
retired now, he's not
bro.
there for sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Joel's gonna get there.
yeah.
DeMar, probably
DeMar's a
not.
tough one, right? Because
Yeah, probably not. I mean, even if he does, he's fucking destroying it. I called it last year. He was the best player. You said maybe not, and he put both of our foots in our mouths because he was for a bit, and then
and
digressed.
then wasn't.
Um,
Yeah.
but this year, I think he's over 23 points a game right now. If what I saw the other day is correct,
Did you
still
see that highlight of that pass he made?
no.
He had this sick pass.
No, but if he can consistently put up the numbers that he is and keep Chicago in kind of a talking point in the postseason, then he should. I think he has the best chance out of him and Al to kind of put a stamp on his resume to the Hall of Fame. And Joel, yes. Was there another one, or was it just those three?
I said the other two were Rudy Gobert and Towns.
Neither right now. I just don't think they've done enough for the game. You can't have a guy that cries that doesn't win a Defensive Player of the Year in the Hall of Fame unless he actually wins multiple. So I think the one he has isn't going to do it.
Doesn't he have back to back?
Did he get back to back?
I don't know.
And
I'm looking it up.
Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, best scoring big man of all time in my eyes and a lot of people's eyes.
In his eyes too, for sure.
Just hasn't done enough. I mean, a lot of Gilbert. I think Gilbert Arenas is his biggest fan because
Gobert
anytime
has
I hear
3 Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh shit!
Six defensive first teams, 3 All NBA third teams, and 1 All NBA second team.
So yeah, he's gonna get there.
Ooh. I didn't
He's
know he
gonna
was
get
doing all that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And he was the French Player of the Year. It's apparently a
that
thing.
is that it is the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
So yeah, that can count. That can absolutely fucking count because why not? The fucking Basketball Hall of Fame is diluted as fuck. And now Horford's not gonna make it. That's so weird. But yeah, he'll make it for sure. Towns, he'll make it.
Towns has some work to do, but if he stays on this trajectory, he'll make it.
And he's gonna play an easy 8 years, 7, 8 years.
For sure.
Easy. And
he just turned what, like 24, 25? He's still
I think he's getting up there.
Oh, really?
Bro, he graduated Kentucky in like 2014 or some shit. He graduated right after Book, right?
He was a one and done. He's 28. All right. Yeah, he's quote unquote older. But yeah, he's got plenty of time. He'll stay on this cliff for another at least 4 years. So his stats
are just gonna keep putting up numbers for themselves, and he's gonna get on those lists, the all NBAs, all pros, all that shit.
Ooh, you think so? You don't think the
Yeah.
young kids will leave him off those All NBAs for a little
No.
while?
Fuck no. Hell, Chet ain't doing shit.
Dude, Chet is the
No.
fucking man, bro.
I hate him. I hate him. He's me on the basketball court. What can I say? I don't like it. I don't respect it. It's fucking
So
arrogant
I was
ass.
listening to a podcast today. We weren't
He's
actually
got
going to
mad
talk.
because he fucking slammed his own head into the fucking floor because he doesn't have a neck. Oh, boo
We
fucking
weren't
who.
actually going to talk about this, but I was listening to a podcast today, and you reminded me of this because I get to brag on Chet now for a second. The comp that they used. You want to hear the comp that they used? A mix of Pau Gasol and Anthony Davis. That's Chet Holmgren right there. That's Chet Holmgren, baby. The offensive Pau Gasol and the defensive Anthony Davis. Let's go.
No, you were going to say the whiteness of Pau Gasol. That's why I started laughing. I mean, maybe, I guess.
I can see the Pau Gasol. I can see some Pau Gasol. I don't know where the Anthony Davis comes from, but I can see
But the
Pau
thing is,
Gasol.
Pau Gasol got ran through by Kobe and said, okay. Chet would be like, mommy. Mom, he just hurt me. I don't know, dude. I don't like Chet at all.
I know you don't. I
I
don't know
really
why.
don't. I don't either. Last year I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Never have. Never have seen his shit when he was younger. I'm like, yeah, well, of course. He's fucking 7'3" and he has an 8-foot wingspan. Like, yeah, he better be doing this shit.
Dude, so this is not Chet related. So the Suns are dominating the Timberwolves, right? Absolutely killing them. I check in to see how Book did in his game back. He has 31 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He's doing his thing. Somehow, he is a 0 on the plus and minus. Kevin Durant has 31.6 assists, 5 rebounds, plus 29. So, like, they must have subbed Booker out and then just went on this crazy run because Kevin Durant's plus 29, Nurkic is plus 12, Gordon is plus 21, Grayson Allen is plus 24, and then Devin Booker is a 0. The fuck?
That's hilarious. He hit his minutes restriction and they started snapping.
Right? Yeah,
Kevin Durant's like,
have,
thank God he's off the court now. Waka, 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 waka.
because Drew Eubanks, Josh Okogie, and Josh Goodwin are all plus 11, so they must have tag teamed the run. But whatever. Devin Booker's back. I'm happy. He's doing his thing. All right, let's move on.
And we're only up 8 to the fucking Trailblazers at half. We suck.
But you are up. All right, let's move on to football a little bit. I don't know who's less happy right now, Bucks fans or Jags fans.
Is that a serious question?
We lost a bunch of games, and all of us Bucks fans were finally like, okay, that's fine. We're bad. Let's go be bad and be done with it. And then Baker Mayfield said, hold on, let's not do that. This defense said, let's not do that. And I'm not happy about it because, like, I had just resigned myself to being a loser, to going and trying to get a draft pick. And just like I did at the beginning of the season, at the very beginning of the season, I said, let's fight for a draft pick and let's get a quarterback. We did awesome. I said, all right, hey, cool, we're being awesome. Then we go on a fucking losing streak, and I finally, once again, came to terms with, nope, we suck. Let's go get a draft pick. And they fucking win again by a lot. Dominated your Titans. What the hell, man?
Yeah,
I'm not happy about it.
I mean, I don't know why you can't be happy about it, dude.
I'm happy we won, I guess. But
you are
like,
outside the playoffs, so you
vacuum.
are guaranteed a decent pick right now. Not a great pick, and I don't think that you're in any kind of you're in a rebuild mode, but you're at the fucking beginning, my friend. You want those 15 to 30 first round picks because you don't need the great defensive lineman because by the time you're good again, he's gonna want that fucking $30 million a year. No. You want them fucking beefy boys for the offensive line that you're gonna be paying a clean $8-9 million a year here in 4 or 5 years. And that's when they're going to be their best on that second contract going into their 5th, 6th, 7th year. And that's when you're going to want to go get them top picks, get them big old defensive linemen, get that quarterback for the future. You know, maybe sneak in a little bit of them late picks on some receivers. You know, everybody's a fucking athlete nowadays. Everybody can win a 4 or 5 sub. Why not go play
Well,
around with it?
with one pick, we went from the 7th worst team to the 14th worst team currently. So now we're back at it. I want to win some more games. All we got to do is beat the Saints one more time, and we'll be a game behind them with the tiebreaker. So fucking, let's go do it. Let's beat the Saints. Let's get it done. Fuck the Falcons.
It
shit,
sucks.
but
Like nobody would have guessed how top heavy the NFC was going to be this year. Nobody could
yeah,
have guessed that there would be so many mediocre teams fighting for that fucking 14th pick in the draft right now. Like you only have 4 wins. It's not a lot,
I know,
but
right?
you have you're in 8th right now in the
I know.
standings in the
If
conference with
Josh Dobbs
4
would chill
wins.
the fuck out, we would have we
Yeah,
could be in the
y'all would be
playoffs.
yeah, that's wild with 4. Like it's insane how top heavy the NFC is because you were thinking, all right, the Vikings are going to actually be something. The Seahawks are going to be great. The Cowboys are going to be good. Look at what the fucking Giants were able to do last year. Hey, the Rams, they still have Matt Stafford. That defense, like you're thinking these teams, the Commanders, uh, fuck them. Not shout out to them for getting rid of Chase Young to his favorite college teammate. For them to just go, that's not just. I mean, the Jaguars do have the worst offensive line in history, probably. But that's going to be a new norm.
Yeah.
For the 49ers, for them two motherfuckers keep wreaking havoc because you can't chip both sides. It's just physically not possible.
Right.
In the game of the NFL, with all these, what is it? You got to have 7 people. You can't have them being cut off from this way. You can only have up to 4 people in the backfield and all these fucking rules. There's just no way around it. Somebody's going to be free every fucking time.
Yep.
So fuck the Commanders. And then the Falcons are finally becoming what the Falcons were supposed to be, right?
Right.
So yeah, you guys are primed up for to steal some hearts in the playoffs from some teams that should be there.
If we get
And
second
then
and we
go.
face the Lions, we are gonna get or 7th, sorry, and we face the Lions, we are gonna get so owned so fast.
Yeah,
It's gonna be such a waste.
But the owners are going to make a good bit of money off of that. So
Is it enough to pay fucking Mike Evans? Can they do
they're
that?
fine with it. No, he's gone.
And
You
then
already
we'll start the
know it,
rebuild.
right?
Then we'll
he's gone.
actually start the rebuild.
And it's weird, like you see the shit coming out of these post games with him talking to players. Like this seems to be his farewell tour with the Bucks, and lot of
basically what
his
he
peers'
said.
eyes.
That's basically what he said.
It's wild, dude.
He's like, I'm done negotiating once the game
There's
starts.
so many players saying, I want that one. Like, I want that jersey. Like, this is the last time I'm playing you on the Bucks. I want like all these DBs coming up. Sauce wanted one, and he told Sauce that he was gonna get one to him. Or was it Sauce? It was some young DB. He said, I'm gonna get one to you, but I can't give you this one.
Yeah.
Like, wild shit.
Well, he only has about 250 yards to go to get to 1,000 once again
already
in his illustrious career. Yeah, already.
Shout out Godwin in that injury.
Mike Evans is that dude, and
shout out Baker only having a fucking single track mind.
When he goes, I will still support him. He is one of those that I will ride or die until he goes. Unless he's playing Bucks, then I will hope that he does nothing. But
see, I haven't unfortunately had them players. I know as a kid I still love Fred Taylor. Whenever he was a Patriot, that was very weird for me to see. But other than that, I've never had like Mark Brunell wanted to be a backup. Jimmy Smith wanted to be a crackhead. I love you, Jimmy. Oh, bro, that was mean. I love you, Jimmy, so much. But like, there's not a lot of guys, right, that have had long tenures in Jacksonville. So hopefully one day I can buy like a ETN jersey after he's been with us for 8-9 years, or Calvin Ridley when he retires a Jaguar, like a whatever enshrinement. But that'd be cool. I don't have anything like that. Damn, Jimmy, I am so sorry I did that to you, bro. That was
he's watching this too, and he's like, fuck this kid.
I mean, he's not. There's no way in world, but fucking hey, that was brutal. I am sorry, bro.
I'm gonna go create a burner account on YouTube
and just clip that video. Just clip that video and post it.
No, I'm gonna create a burner to comment as Jimmy.
Oh, like, don't do that.
Fuck is this white boy? Producer Seal.
Well, I gotta be white.
Well, because you are. Look at the bright light on your face, dog. You're white boy.
I know, and I even have the yellow on right now. Look, y'all want to see? Y'all want to see the regular one? That's the regular one right now. Look like a fucking broken monitor. That one's not too bad, but we're warm
All right.
today. We're out in the
So
natural sunlight.
so let's move on to your Jags. You mentioned earlier it was a
No.
rough game. It was a rough game against a team that had lost a few in a row, that were really needing to come back, that, like you said, has that defensive line that's going to pressure everybody now. You guys are still a game ahead of the Texans, who I told you should be worried about, but you said you weren't. Are you yet worried about the Texans?
I am. I was going to say, and I'm so mad. That's the only thing that ever pisses. Like I'm good if we don't record. We don't record. Shit happens. But when I have dumb takes, like C.J. Stroud should be in consideration for a fucking MVP candidate this year, a week early. Yeah,
He's
I'm
not in
pissed we didn't
consideration. I
record.
don't give a fuck
But he's
what
going
all
to
those
end up.
media things
He's
say.
going to end up top 5 in voting. I was going to say that last week as a hot take, and God damn it, it's coming to. Experts are fucking saying that it's going
Yeah,
to
those
happen, bro.
experts are fucking wrong.
Dude, the kid keeps scoring his foot. Bro, I'm scared of CJ Stroud. I'm scared of the fucking Houston Texans because they have an offensive line. They've been able to sustain that same offensive line. And I've held to the standard of who the fuck are you going to put around that offense? You have Schlop. Schlop isn't going to do shit. Well, motherfucker, god damn it, bro. CJ Stroud's a guy, bro. He is a fucking guy. He's going to finish the way this quarterback play is ass this year, and you're still as adamant with everybody else in this stupid country that nobody but a quarterback's going to win MVP. He's going
not
to.
that they deserve to, but
Yeah, but it's just not going to happen. He's going to find his way in a top 5. He's going to get a percentage of votes to where he's top 5 finisher in MVP voting this year. It's going to happen. And it sucks because it's in my fucking division. And we all know that organization is good. When they get a sour apple, they ship them off. Talking to you, Bill O'Brien, get them the fuck out of here. Like, that is a good organization. They know talent. They keep good talent. They breed good talent. It sucks. That's
as of
going
today, CJ Stroud is 6th in odds in Vegas right now. So
see.
it's Mahomes, Hurts, Tua, who will fall off, Lamar, Joe Burrow, CJ, Brock Purdy, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, the first non-quarterback, and Dak. So
It's wild, dude. It's a wild time. But yeah, I was gonna say that last week, and So, but yeah, I'm not excited for it. I agree with you. I'm scared. I
dude,
should have
these
been the
odds
whole
are
time.
fucking stupid. Like, you'll agree with me. Why the fuck is Josh Allen in the top 10 still?
Because it's Josh Allen.
What is he fucking doing there?
Because he could break off 7 wins in a row,
And
in order for that to happen, he has to be the guy.
And he'll probably still lead the league in interceptions. Like, who cares? He sucks.
Yeah,
He's my fantasy quarterback, though.
But that's why
I'm loving him being my fantasy quarterback. But anyways,
I'm loving now that Dak's back. I still fucking lost because I started Calvin Ridley and fucking ETN, and they got me 10 points, while fucking Devin Singletary on the scary-ass Houston Texans got 23 because he was the only one, because the other fucking running back didn't play, and I haven't cared about fantasy.
I lost on the very last, not the very last play of the game, but the last play that could have lost me the game. That Josh Allen rushing touchdown made me lose by half a point. So, so fuck Josh Allen, actually, I guess. But
I lost by fucking like 3 points. If that Williams kid would have fucking just fumbled the ball.
Maybe there's some stat corrections. I haven't checked. Did I win?
I lost. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even check.
I haven't been paying it. I just like set my lineup. I haven't been looking at if teammates are going to be. I don't care. I didn't care that we were playing the Niners and they had lost 3 straight. I just was set it, forget it. I'm not paying money this year.
I only focus on my money league. Yeah, so. And my money league, I'm second. I'm trying for a bye week. The top 2 get a bye, so that'll be good.
But yeah, back to the fucking lazy ass Jaguars. I mean, the disappointing thing, 2 interceptions from Trevor, fumble from, and one of the interceptions was on Tank. You know how I feel about Tank Bixby. A little bit on Trevor. He threw a fucking 80-mile-an-hour fastball to a kid 12 feet away from him instead of lofting it, but he did that because safeties were coming down about to break his back. let right at his chest, didn't lead him left or right to be able to get any kind of momentum either way. So on both of them, but Etienne's going to bring that in every fucking time. JaMychal Hasty, who we both know I've been high on, is going to bring that in every time. But we fucking gave him the waivers and he got picked up this week. And then what was the other one? There was another turnover somewhere. It might have been a Trevor fumble, maybe. Yeah, Trevor fumble, and then there was another something. But we had 4 fucking turnovers, dude. That's not. I'm not going to be. We can lose 34-3 because our offense isn't going. I'm fine with that. But when we're giving them chances, I'm never going to be okay with that because when it comes to playoff football, we all remember what was it? The first time the Seahawks played the Broncos, Seahawks Broncos, it was like 41-10.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that team in the playoffs. I don't want to get there. I do that. I don't want to be there. That got talked about so much. The Broncos got so disrespected. Peyton Manning got disrespected, like so bad. I don't want to be that team. I don't ever want to be there. So that's depressing to see. That's been a narrative for us this season is turnovers. So to have 4 of them and like a Super Bowl simulation fucking sucks, dude. To get 3 points, it sucks. It's shitty. And the only pickup we did on the trade deadline was Ezra Cleveland from Minnesota, a guard. But it's going to take him time to get our playbook, get our protectioning down. So that's not happening this week, and he's not playing. Walker, it's musical chairs, bro. It's depressing. We all know nowadays in the NFL, if you have a offensive line and you give a quarterback time, there's fucking athletes everywhere. You don't particularly. It's great to have that Devontae Adams who can get separation on everything, but if you get to get one dude to get open on a route each play, doesn't matter if nobody knows what the fucking name on the back of the jersey is. You're going to win games. You're going to score touchdowns. It's going to happen. You have to have that line. And it's just something we've looked over, it seems like, for a while now. We have Cam Robinson left tackle. We have Brandon Sheriff at right guard. And after that, nothing. We lost Jawan Taylor to the Chiefs, who stopped getting picked on since the first part of the season. And that line has been immaculate for the Chiefs. So, yeah, it's a big Band-Aid we need to put like that. What is that? Flex Seal duct tape on for no leaks because it's very leaky back there, and the fenders keep trickling in to the quarterback.
Well, if the season ended today, I think you guys would have the easiest path to the Super Bowl. But it's not going to end today, so the Browns will not be there. But
Trevor Lawrence, nobody's talking about him as a bust yet at all.
That's a hot take.
Nobody. Him and Mac Jones have a relative fucking career so far, and everybody in New England is calling this man a bust. It's good. I saw something today, another quarterback projection, and I forget who it was, and I laughed my fucking ass off. Baker. It was Baker. So far this season, Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence, the man who was supposed to be the next Andrew Luck, the next Joe Montana. Baker fucking Mayfield is a better quarterback. Does Baker have Calvin Ridley? No, he has Mike Evans. Does he have Chris Godwin right now? Barely. Does he have an Evan Ingram-esque tight end? No. Does he have a fucking Travis Etienne running back? No. But what does he have? A fucking O-line.
Hey, Rachaad White's been balling, dog.
He's not Etienne. Like that's not even a homer. Etienne's a fucking dog. We saw him in Clinton. Like
good.
On any team, he would be like. Could you imagine Etienne instead of Christian McCaffrey? It would be insane. Like Etienne's a fucking stud, and we're
Etienne's
just going
not better than McCaffrey.
No, he's not. No, he's not. But he's like on the same type of team. Like he can do the same type of things, and he's in his second year in the league. We're going to waste his prime, and he's going to get no money from any team because he's going to seem shit, and he's going to go into a team for $4 million, and they're going to be like, yo, we got the best deal ever. This is awesome. Let's go win a Super Bowl. This running back's amazing. Fuck, I hate being a Jags fan, bro. Like, it sucks. I want to become, what is it? That they don't allow tattoos and stuff. Is it Muslim,
Amish?
Buddhist? No, Muslim, Buddhist. It's the Nurmagomedov, whatever. That's what they're part of.
Islam?
It's Islam. I want to become Islam so I can have to go get my tattoos removed so I can get this fuck ass thing off my chest.
I mean, you could
But
just do that.
did you see how one of the Nurmagomedovs or they got 30p with steroids, and Conor McGregor went on Twitter and was like, "This is the Raham," he just made fun of them. He's like, "You're a disgrace." I'm like, Connor, let it go, buddy.
I know. That's
He's like, "This is
never gonna
Raham."
die. That's never gonna die. All right. So what else do we got before we get out of here? I know it was real surface level, but everybody talks about all the shit. We didn't have anything big happen to talk about. I was so excited to talk about our big three, and we didn't even get to fucking play, but at least we dominated. So there's that.
Yeah, not a lot, dude. Not really. We're coming up into the meat of things here. A lot of playoff implications coming up in the next couple weeks. For sure this weekend for us to even see if we're going to outright win this division or if it's going to be a fucking nosebleed fight going out of here. I think the Texans play the Colts this weekend. We play the Titans. I know we play the Titans. I think the Texans play the Colts. So that'll be a lot on our
The
division.
Colts have a bye this week.
Okay.
I don't
So
know
yeah,
who
but
the Texans play, but
still got a lot coming up here. Jets played the Bills, so yeah, there's
Texans
a lot.
play Arizona, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot coming in. I knew the Jets played the Bills and shit. So there's a lot going in on these divisions coming up this weekend. So yeah, we're gonna maybe start talking about football a lot more a little bit. Probably not. Basketball
fuck
reigns
do
king
we
around
play?
here. You already had y'all's bye, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of who we play.
Ooh.
I don't even know.
49ers, baby. Good luck.
Oh yeah, so that's a wrap on that.
Ooh, we can touch on this. So, AFC North, the Browns. Devastating news coming out of Cleveland today with Deshaun Watson
That
undergoing
is not
season
devastating
ending.
news.
For them, it is like last week was his best game he's played.
Yeah,
He
he
looked
finally played good. Yeah, you're right
like
about
he
that.
looked like the old Deshaun Watson, and that Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper, like that team would be scary with a prime Deshaun Watson, and now it's all gone.
Well, they still have the defense. They still have Jerome Ford, Kareem Hunt. They don't have receivers anymore, and that's because they have a quarterback that can't throw further than 15 yards. But he can run. Just focus on the defense. Sneak into the playoffs. I don't know.
Bro, remember this
Have a good
kid in the
time.
preseason, dude?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. First game, great. Yo, this UCLA cat is the shit. Last two games, well, maybe not.
Dude, he throws to the tight end a lot, though, and I have David Njoku as my fantasy tight end, so I'm excited about that.
Bro, I feel so bad. One of the cooks at Baby Girl's work is a huge Browns fan. I feel so bad for him because he knows I'm a Cavs fan, so we talk Cleveland shit all the time. I saw that. I felt so bad. And it sucks, bro. They play the Steelers, so the Steelers are gonna fucking win, right? This weekend. Their fan base sucks. They legit, it's not even 50-50, it's like 80-20. 20% of them are realist. And no, it's literally because of their defense. Like their offense is ass. If they play a team and they have to score 30 points, they're going to lose. It hasn't happened that much this year, but it has, and they've lost every one of them. Like
Dude, I have Deontay
sucks,
Johnson
bro.
and George Pickens in our fantasy league. I always put the wrong one in. Since Deontay Johnson's come back, I've had Pickens in and Johnson went off. So I flipped them. No, I kept them because I was like, it's going to change. Johnson goes off again. I flipped him. Johnson got like 1 point last week, and Pickens didn't do much better. He got like 5. But yeah, I picked the wrong one every time.
Yeah, you just need to go and pick up Jamal Warren and
Jaylen Warren, you mean?
Jalen.
He's not available. I wish he was.
I didn't know.
I just tried to make a trade.
I honestly knew it was a J.
I just tried to make a trade to Marco in our money league because he sucks. And so he's pretty much out of the playoffs. So I'm trying to snap CeeDee Lamb off of him. And if I can get him, it's a wrap.
I hate people like y'all.
What?
I hate people like y'all. If I'm ever the commissioner of a money league,
What?
trades are done at week 8.
No, this is the trade deadline. It's not y'all. What are you fucking
I will override He's out of it, so you want his good players because he doesn't need them.
Yeah. I'm not saying
I
give
hate
it to me
y'all.
for free. I'm making a real ass trade. The
Okay.
fuck? The trade says he's going to be better out of it.
All right, but some people will be like CeeDee Lamb for fucking Tim Jones, like our fourth wide
then
receiver.
You get voted on. You really think I have less integrity than that, Seal? Get the fuck out of here. I'm trading him. Pollard, who is ass, I know, but I'm trading him Pollard,
See,
Chris Godwin, and Josh Downs for one dude, and he's projected to benefit from it.
How?
Because he needs more than one dude. That's what I'm saying.
2.5 of them suck.
It's team situation based.
Half of
Tony
Josh
Pollard
Downs
would be his best running back.
Half of Josh Downs sucks because his quarterback's Jordan Love.
No, Downs is Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I thought you said
not Dobbs.
Yeah.
Downs.
Joshua Dobbs.
He's a PPR monster.
Did you see that meme? It said the 2020 Jaguars quarterback room had the best backup quarterbacks of all time. We had Gardner Minshew, Josh Dobbs, and Nick Foles.
No, I'm just so sick and fucking tired of trusting Pollard, dude. I would trade Pollard for like Keaton Mitchell.
So what running back are you gonna have?
Gus Edwards. I'm riding Gus Edwards, and if I made this trade, nobody. I have Alvin Kamara. He's on bye this week.
He said I have an empty running back slot the rest of the season.
This week I would, because I have Alvin Kamara as my other one. He's on bye. So like right now I have Gus Edwards and Tony Pollard in my running back slot. If I can get CeeDee Lamb, that'll fill out my fourth or my second flex spot, and I won't even play a running back.
Ew, you have 2 flex spots in that league?
Yeah.
That's gross.
And I would ride that shit to the championship. Although he's not going to do it for one because he's a prick. Even though it does say projected the rest of season that he gets the most points. Just so you know, it does say that.
Well, yeah, because it's 3-1.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree. Just throw nothing out there though.
I made 3-0 out there.
Pollard is projected a shit ton every week. I don't know why. Bro, he's projected less than like 15, and I don't think he's scored 15 yet. I think the first week he did. All right. Anyways,
I lost by 12, and I had fucking like 70 points on my bench that I could.
What else? What else before we get out of here? Do you got a shout out for us?
No, I suck. I haven't been able to pay attention to sports a lot this week.
Shout out to baseball because we don't give a fucking two shits, but the awards happened.
Ooh.
So shout out to all those winners. The only people I know is that Blake Snell won his Cy Young and Garrett Cole won a Cy Young. So congrats to those two. Everybody else, I don't know if MVP came out, but congrats to Ronald Acuna because he's going to win it. I don't know who's going to win the AL one.
Facts.
I don't know what happens in the American League. But it's cool to have 2 Dodgers in the final, but they're not going to make it, so it doesn't matter anyway. But yes, seriously, like shout out to those guys. We don't talk about baseball enough on here. But we have interest, you know. My main interest is basketball. Steele's main interest is football. And baseball is pretty low on the list unless our teams are doing well. So it is what it is. But shout out to those guys and keep doing your thing. I do like Blake Snell. I hate that he played for the Padres. Yeah, but I do like him. So shout out to all the winners there, all the people doing their thing, just whatever it is that you're doing in life. And shout out to me, I guess, because I scored 10 points. And as always, be like me, be a stud, not a scrub.